So, Plato, Hegel, and Karl Marx have shaped our way of talking that shapes our philosophy, politics, and even how we argue on the internet with dialectics.
Sounds deep. But also, isn't dialectics just a fancy word for arguing?
Not quite. It's about how ideas evolve through contradiction. Imagine every strong idea meeting its opposite. Instead of canceling each other out, they merge into something new, like a battle that creates progress.
So, tension isn't just conflict. It's fuel for thinking.
Exactly. And dialectics isn't just for philosophers. We see it everywhere, in science, history, politics, even pop culture.
Give me an example.
Sure. Think about technology. One side argues that AI is going to revolutionize everything for the better. Thesis. Another says it will steal jobs and destroy humanity. Antithesis. And then we get an evolving middle ground, where AI is used responsibly with regulation. Synthesis. The same happens in politics, with debates on capitalism versus socialism, or in ethics, where free speech clashes with misinformation concerns.
So, dialectics is how we wrestle with ideas and move forward?
Exactly. And today, we're diving deep into the thinkers who define this process and how dialectical thinking can help us navigate today's chaotic world. Plus, we'll look at how dialectics isn't just about old philosophers. It's about how we think, argue, and make sense of contradictions every day.
So, we're starting with Plato. Because, well, of course we are.
The guy basically invented Western philosophy. But he wasn't just a deep thinker, he was also a master of asking impossible questions until his students were forced to think harder.
That sounds like every annoying professor ever.
Exactly. Plato's approach, known as dialectic, was all about exploring contradictions in thought. His dialogues, especially in the Republic and Theaetetus, demonstrate this process. He asks, what is justice? What is knowledge? But instead of giving straight answers, he leads his students in a back-and-forth exploration of these concepts.
So, he wasn't just giving lectures, he was guiding people to discover contradictions in their own thinking.
Exactly. One of his most famous exercises in dialectics is the allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained in a cave, seeing only shadows on the wall. To them, that's reality. But if one prisoner escapes and sees the real world, everything changes.
So, reality isn't what it seems, and learning is about confronting contradictions?
Plato's whole point was that truth isn't static. It emerges through questioning, challenging assumptions, and seeing beyond the obvious.
Okay, so Plato says knowledge is shaped by questioning.
That's right. But then along comes Kant, who asks, can we ever truly know anything?
How so?
So we've been talking about the dialectic, the idea that progress happens when opposing ideas clash and evolve. But what if I told you that contradictions aren't just something that happens in society, they're actually built into reason itself?
Oof, that sounds like a Kant problem.
Haha, yeah, exactly. Immanuel Kant tackled this in the Critique of Pure Reason, where he pointed out something really interesting. Our own reason generates contradictory ideas.
Yeah, he called them antinomies, right? Basically, he showed that for certain big metaphysical questions, you can make a totally rational argument for one side and an equally rational argument for the opposite side.
Right. Like, take the first one, does the universe have a beginning, or has it always existed? If it had a beginning, what came before it? But if it's infinite, how did we ever get to this point in time?
So no matter which side you choose, you run into a paradox.
Exactly. Kant's whole point was that reason alone can't solve these kinds of questions because it keeps generating opposites. But I want to dig into one of Kant's trickiest contradictions, the third antinomy, free will versus determinism. This one goes straight to the core of what it means to be human.
Yeah, this is the classic, are we actually making choices? Or is everything predetermined debate? And Kant basically says, Both.
Right. So here's how he lays it out. Thesis: humans have free will. We can act independently of physical cause and effect, making decisions that aren't just determined by prior events. Antithesis: everything in nature, including human behavior, is governed by cause and effect, meaning our actions are completely determined by prior conditions.
Which is kind of terrifying, because if determinism is true, then every decision we make was already set in motion by previous causes, our biology, our upbringing, the state of the universe at the moment of our birth.
Yeah, it turns life into one giant domino effect. Like, I didn't actually choose to have this conversation. I was just biologically and environmentally conditioned into doing it.
And yet, we feel like we have free will. Like, if I suddenly decide to start speaking in a terrible French accent, that feels like a choice, right?
Oui, monsieur. But here's the thing, Kant's argument isn't about proving one side is right. He's saying that both free will and determinism make sense, depending on how you look at it.
Okay, explain.
So Kant distinguishes between two perspectives on reality. One, phenomenal world, the world of experience. Everything follows cause and effect, like physics, chemistry, and, presumably, our brain activity. Two, noumenal world, the thing in itself. This is reality beyond what we can experience. Here, he argues, free will might exist, but we can never fully grasp it.
So in the world we observe, everything seems determined. But in some deeper, unknowable way, free will could still be real?
Yeah, Kant's basically saying that free will isn't something we can prove scientifically. It's something we experience as moral agents.
That's why he ties this to ethics. Like, if we didn't have free will, we couldn't be held responsible for anything. Morality would be meaningless.
Exactly. If you steal something, but your actions were 100% determined by your past experiences and biology, can we really say you're guilty? That's why Kant argues that for morality to work, we have to act as if free will is real, even if we can't prove it.
So he's kind of making a practical argument for free will?
Yep. Even if determinism is technically true, we still have to live as if we have free will, because that's the only way we can function as moral beings.
That actually makes a lot of sense. And it kind of explains why this debate never gets resolved, because both perspectives are valid in different contexts.
Exactly. Which brings us back to the dialectic. Maybe the reason we keep debating free will versus determinism is that we're never going to get a final answer. Instead, the clash of these ideas keeps pushing us toward deeper questions.